Good morning, good afternoon, people. Welcome to the 70th edition. Get it off your chest. My name is Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know a lot of y'all have never seen the Roman numeral LXX before. That's number 70. Thank you guys for tuning in. And let me tell you about last night. Let me uh, housekeep real quick. Guys want more content like this? Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you guys know when I go live. Follow me on my social links are located in the description. Participate with my rights to privacy. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one look, Chris, we'll get $100 during the Cash App giveaway. Now, let me tell you about last night. And actually, let me give my apologies to Hombre Lobo. What's going on, man? Thank you for pulling up and waiting for me to pull up this morning. So, what happened? I initially was going to do this last night at 3 o'clock and 3:30 in the morning my time because I was somewhat met with the energy last night that bothered me to my soul. So much so that I actually woke up on this type of time.
What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am.
Yeah, but I'm not going to finish that because I'm in a better space now. Now, I was somewhat pushed to that point last night, and in a loving manner, I was going to correct somebody yesterday. Now, with that being situated, granted, I got off super late yesterday because I had a situation at work. I had to work at 17, not a 16 to 17. It was bad. Got home late, got in the house, quickly put my clothes in the washer and dryer. I was about to hop in the shower, take my bath, and get on camera. Now, before I tell you what happened next, let me give you a backstory. Um, okay, the audio's fine. When it comes to certain topics that's been permeating on social media or in rare cases real life. Well, actions happen in real life. The conversation happens either behind closed door or on social media. Now, when these conversations happen, particularly, it sounds very gender warish to be exact. My stance on everything is simple now. I don't. I can't relate. It's real simple. I cannot relate. Now, why can I not relate? Some of the things that has been talked about, yes, I can have a conversation in realms to acknowledge it. What's good, Angel? How you doing? Good morning, man. I can acknowledge that mm, certain men act this way, a certain woman act this way. I can statistically prove this. I can statistically debunk that. I can do all of that. But fact of the matter is, in my personal life, I cannot relate to certain conversations or certain talking points because I make sure I go out my way to make sure certain narratives don't apply to me and certain talking points are not surrounding my lifestyle. Meaning I don't put certain people in my life because of said talking points is accurate. Or they give credence to what men or women is saying. So stay over there. Get yourself fixed up and maybe we spin the block and I'll see if I allow you to be in my circle or not. At least that's what an adult does. Now, in the last 1 second. 10 months. Wow. In the last 10 months, um, well, actually, do I want to say that? Yeah, yeah, I'll say that. In the last 10 months, my friend and I been having conversations, and when we have these conversations, sometimes I would think in the early stages of our friendship, I would think she's delulu, like full fledged delusional. Because when they would say, I'd say, "Oh," she always want to pop up. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? And listening, but I wanted to make sure you knew I was here too, and I appreciate you. You have no idea. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, people. Now, I would think she's kind of delusional because I'm scratching my head to say, like, you don't know men act this way. You don't know women act this way. You don't know this is what the thought process is. She would say no because she don't know that in her real life. And I promise you that rake my nerves every time her and I would have this conversation. Cause I would think to myself, are you not experienced in the real world to know that this exists? Because keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, there are some talking points that you hear where there's a lot of credibility to it, especially if I've seen it before. And majority of what is said against men, said against women, I have seen all of that. I even seen the things that you guys don't know about. That's how real it is. She would say no, she don't know nothing about that. Like I say, got on my last nerves when we always get to that part of the conversation. Now, as our friendship grew, I started to understand what she's talking about. Now, if something's come to real life and come to her front door, then yeah, she'll call, text, like, my bad, and it is what it is. I don't hold grudges. But here's what she does. It took me a while to realize this, and I was like, now I get it. The reason why certain talking points she don't know about them, I'll say it like this: she could probably acknowledge it, but she don't know in her real life because she actively curated her lifestyle to where certain talk points don't exist at all, would never apply to her because that's why she's logic based. And I was like, you know what? You motherfucking right. First thing I had to do was look in the mirror and make sure, does any of these verbiage applies to me? Glory to God. For the most part, the answer is no. Now, regarding things that are said against men that are said against women, the negative ones to be exact, are they in my immediate circle? The answer is no. I don't know what it's like to hang around. And for the record, I'm talking about currently in my adult age, especially the last 11 years, to be exact. In the last 11 years, I never hang around somebody you would consider a Pookie or Ray Ray. In the last 11 years, I would never hang around with somebody. Let me choose my words carefully because I could be made into a liar to a degree. I never hang around with people who are not in my family. Let me say that. I never hang around with women who are not in my family who were gold diggers, freeloaders, or um, government assistant leeches. I never hang around random. The men that, let's name drop, the men that Cynthia G would denigrate, I don't know that in the last 11 years of my life. Brace yourself. The women that will come on Kevin Samuel's show and he will read them from head to toe because it's warranted. I don't know what those women look like in the last 11 years. I'm aware they exist because if you go further back 11 years, obviously I know those people exist because I was around them. I had no choice but to be around them. So yeah, I knew those exist, but not in my last 11 years. And that's one thing I would try to tell her is like, I'm talking about back in the day. And it's like, you were a child. Why are you going back to why are you thinking about times, the negativity shit or when you was a child? And I was like, okay, I'll give you that. Okay, what about ages 18 through 25? Young adult, child like mine, still transitioning from childhood, teenagehood to adulthood, so none of that counts. And like I said, I will get extremely, and I mean extremely frustrated. Hey Jalen, how you doing? I almost say good morning. It's the afternoon time. I will get extremely frustrated because it's like, why are we discrediting the first 25 years of my life, and I'm only paying attention to the last 11? Because when it comes to, it's the same reason why I talk about those born from 1946 to 1964, which is the baby boomers of the West, obviously, and the generation X, so on and so forth. When I talk about those generations, some things that they taught us, some of the movements, yes, some of that still applies today. But we can all say a vast majority has to go. A vast majority of what our grandparents and our parents taught us is not applicable in 2024. She wasn't trying to discredit my experience. She just say it was out of date. What's going on in the most recent years of your life? And it's like, oh, now I get it. So, like I said, certain narratives, certain talking points, I can't speak on it with the same level of credibility that I once did before because it doesn't apply to the last 11 years of my life. Because, excuse me, in the last 11 years, obviously, I was doing something else, but I have made conscious efforts to stay away from certain quote unquote Pookies and Ray Ray, stay away from certain quote unquote uh uh what they say, Pookishas or whatever. Pretty much a Mrs. Pookie and Ray Ray, as I would call it. I would stay away from that. So when it comes to narratives, the best thing to do is remove yourself from the situation so that way it doesn't exist in your life. That way you surround yourself with nothing but good black men. You surround yourself with nothing but good black women. You surround yourself with nothing with positive influence. You surround yourself with nothing but people that wants to elevate you. You curate your lifestyle. You curate your social circles. You curate your network. Oh no. Hold on, bro. There are a they are determined no matter what sex or who they like. Uh, Now that's a fact. Hold on, y'all just got a text message. This is I know this is not good. Yeah, we may have to. I may have to do a part two on this one. Let me just see what this girl text me. But you are going to have to determine who's in your circle. That's why I have, for the most part, when it comes to that, I can live in a certain level of peace, knowing that none of this stuff applies to me. It's not going to bother me. The only time it does, if I actually put myself in a situation where it can bring my spirit down. So, with that being stated, when I was talking to Pink yesterday, shout out to Pink, and whether she wants to agree to it or not, she was under the influence. So I can shoot her some bell to a degree. One quick second. Okay, so sorry about that. I have a homeless dude. Oh God. Hey, yeah, we're about to take a quick rain check, real quick. But it, because sorry, because I actively stay away from certain situations, certain things don't apply to me. When it came to Ping, shout out to Ping. She was under the influence yesterday, so I totally understand that. And with her being under the influence, um, she was saying a lot of she was saying a lot of things that she believed. And I say a lot of things that she believed. Some cases I had to kind of put her in timeout. Like, here's $20. Go sit down. You crossed the line one time. You can get away with a lot of things. I can't let you get away with saying that about somebody's spouse. He just walked out. Okay, bet. Uh, but regardless of that, she was saying things, and when it came to conversations about, I guess, like I said, during the war stuff, they asked me a question, I answered, and I was looking, and I'm like, uh, I asked her, I was like, Pete, paraphrasing, of course, you don't the men that you're speaking out against, they are not in your real life. So why? So what are you talking about? This doesn't necessarily apply to you. Now, she was projecting because she said that doesn't mean. She said just because it doesn't exist in your real life, that doesn't mean it don't exist at all. My answer to that could be yes, because it's not to say I'm oblivious to the fact that it exists. It's a simple idea that I go out my way to make sure they don't exist in your life, just like she does. Now, like I said, she was a little bit aggravated. She was under the influence. She was started saying some wild, crazy things, and that's sparked this string. I was like, you know what, Pink? Thank you. You just inspired me for to do my next string. Like I said, I love Pink, but however, this was going to be a full fledged, respectful drag out. Now, why am I not on 10 right now? My friend called me last night before I went on the stream, and I trust her to hold me accountable at any time. She called. I said, "Hey, what's up?" The first thing that she said was, and I quote, "You contradicted yourself." And I'm like, "Huh?" I was looking at my phone. I was like, "I know she tripping." And she said, "No, you contradicted yourself." Ladies and gentlemen, I did a stream on Sunday. The one while I was sitting in the car uh, uh, in front of church. She brought up my why I had trouble trusting people, or what I verbalized. Now I'm not gonna go word for word what she says, but I have an idea. But paraphrasing won't do her any justice, so I won't go there. I will say this: I do, I did. Let me rephrase that. I did have trust issues, because when I needed someone to come through in the clutch, they let me down. And because of that, I stopped trusting people for the most part. Real talk, like I really stopped trusting people. And because of that, I stayed to myself. Any test I needed to get done, I do it my own because I don't trust people at all. Now, my friend found that to be offensive because what she's highlighted was because of your past, you can't trust people in your future. You can't give people in your future a chance to trust. And she took offense to that. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I'm not talking about you. I trust you. She was attacking the principle and the foundation of my thought process. And I'm over here scratching my head. I was like, my mind was, I trust you. I don't trust everybody. Isn't that enough? Apparently, no. Because I'm not, I have a stable mental foundation when it's regarding trust and how it come about. Because if somebody said they're going to do something for me and they made a verbal commitment and they renege at the last minute, yeah, I have trust issues regarding that. Here's the thing: I never put anybody in the last 11 years to see if I trust them or not. Sel, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Jada said, I never get paid when I stay in line. I need to get out of line and more. This woman right here. When, um, in the last 11 years, because she told me this, and I had to challenge her on this one real quick. She said, you never gave anybody an opportunity to see if they can earn your trust. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not true. Because she said, I never gave her the opportunity. I was taken aback. I had to take my shades off because and like wait a minute, what do you mean I never gave you opportunity to trust? I was like, when we met here, that means you did something for me and I trusted you. When you met me over there, you did something for me and I trust you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about across the country. I'm not talking about in the same city. I'm literally talking uh, across the country, around the country. This person really came through for me. Her reply was simple. That's normal shit. I'm like, what the fuck you mean that's normal shit? That's nothing for anybody to do. Absolutely nothing. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the stuff that this person has done for me is something that was absent in my life. I would never ask, I can never expect anybody to do that because that's just too much for people to do. But here's the thing: this goes back to what get it off your chest that what I spoke on. It goes back to the idea of this is it's normal for see Jada. Here's the thing: it's normal for me to do it. If you put a task, if you need help, and I got it, I got you. It's just that it has been one sided. For me, it's been one sided. when uh, let me get back to what I was saying. What she did was normal. That has been absent a vast majority of my entire life. And that's why when I ask people, see, it's some people say no, then cool, they gave me the no. But if people say yes, they renege on their words, and that happens to me countless of times from different people. It builds something up in you to not trust nobody. Now, here's where I have to let that go. Has that happened in the last 11 years? The answer is no. I did not put, I didn't put anybody through no type of test to prove to me that I can trust them because I've always, for the most part, stayed to myself or did it myself. That's not fair to people who want to genuinely do something and be there for me and help out with assist something. And it's like I'm cutting them off and I'm not giving them an opportunity. And this, well, I won't tell you to catch one of her usual principles that she always say. I'll hold on to that till further notice. It's not fair to her, and she has helped me a great deal. But then again, it's considered normal. I should consider it normal. The reason why I don't is because I'm doing things that people cannot do, or maybe just people are just using me, and that's on me. Or maybe people did use me, and that was on me. The best thing for me to do is to let go of things that doesn't apply to me right now. See, I initially was about to lovingly and respectfully put my foot in Pink's ass last night or this morning, but I can't do that because I will be a hypocrite. My friend had to highlight that for me. She don't know I was initially going to do the stream. My friend had to highlight that for me, and I had to really sit back and think about because we was on the phone for like an hour talking, which is a short, a brief conversation for us normally. When she gave me that conversation, it's like I almost went at the wrong person. I need to be going at myself. I need to look in the mirror and say, nope. Whatever you was about, that smoke you about to give it to Pink, you better give it to yourself. So I will let go of this ghost of my past that's not haunting me today. And it has not haunted me in the last 11 years, honestly. People want to earn their trust or people just genuinely want to be there for me. I have to open that door and let that happen. So, Pink gets a pass. The lovely Pink gets a pass. I won't say nothing about her. I wasn't going to say nothing about her anyway. I was just going to actually give her, correct her thought process on certain things. But I will say this: these narratives that is out here, this applies to me too. These narratives that are out here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go back and look at your recent history and see if it applies to you, applies to your life. If Pookie and Ray Ray don't apply to your life, don't talk. No need to talk about it. If you're a Mrs. Pookie and Ray Ray, whatever terminology they come up with, excuse me, if you're not a Mrs. Pookie and Ray Ray, then what you got to worry about? Whatever people are talking about, let them talk. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You can't put certain titles on me. You can't put certain stigmas on me, and they can't do it to you too. That's all the more reason why, like I said, we will be leaving. Well, we was never in this space to somewhat begin with this channel per se. I understand the affiliations, but I'm gonna make this loud and clear. Although the BTSI show is thankful, appreciated, grateful for those who are considering themselves manosphere, red pill, black manosphere, Fight Club sector. We appreciate you guys. We humbly do. I want to make sure this is clear. Due to the transitions of my topics, we will be moving from this space. Like I said, we was never really in this space to begin with. Like that wasn't no channel. We're open to everybody, and we're still open to everybody. By the way, it's just there are certain topics and talking points that's affiliated with certain sectors. I'm gonna make sure that my show has nothing to do with that. We have Actually, we have a large body of work to prove that my show has nothing to do with it. We have topics when we break down certain topics. We have actually full fledged discussion. First of all, we need to find the definitions of these topics from the uh, Oxford to the etymology dictionary. Ideologies, we have that set up. Thought process, all said topic. Principles, moral values. These separate me from vast majority of people, not only in the sector, but also in real life. So we have to make sure to continue the work that we have been doing. Number one, make sure this applies to your lifestyle fully. But secondly, I'm going to make sure that whatever's attached to me is not affiliated with things that has nothing to do with us. That's moving forward. So I won't I won't respectfully snap on pink because, like I said, I'm not a hypocrite, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I have to apply that. I have to apply this to myself before I apply it to anybody else. So I just want to hold myself accountable and put myself on First Street. 1 second. Oh, it's Saturday and people won't leave me alone. It's all good. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. If you like this video, hit the like button. Dislike, hit the dislike. Follow me on social links are located in the description. On the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once you reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the Cash App giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning in. BTSI Show, Christopher J. Talk to you later. Peace out.
It's a mess. But hey, don't even worry about it.